I wonder which save slot you're gonna pick.
I know! The top one is a koala, but I just can't find it in my heart to do that. So I'm gonna do the cat, which is ridiculous that that's a thing, but I'm doing it. So, we're playing Fresh Start Cleaning Simulator, right?
Yes.
That's what I got the name right? Okay.
And I have already completely played this game.
So when I get stuck or I break something, I'll be like, how do I fix Logan?
Correct. It also has controller support if you'd rather do that, but...
You know me by now, don't you? Who do you think I am? Clayton? I'm more like a Brandon in this situation.
Are you a Clayton or are you a Brandon?
Also, we're hearing a little bit of Shelby's echo through your speakers.
Let me turn this down then. All right, Shelby, be loud for a second.
Simulator being this cute. I know.
Better.
Right.
Is that good?
Uh-huh.
All right, cool.
So I can suck up water. So the point of this game is basically like the earth is fucked up. It's gotten nasty.
Yeah, the whole world.
And we need to clean it.
Yes. And you need to suck up water and spit it out all the dirt piles, and then collect all the trash, and then turn the trash in for money.
But then where does the trash go?
In there.
We shooting that shit into space?
And while this is processing, you don't have to like sit here watch it. So like you could dump all your trash in there and then walk away, and then do other stuff. So while it's processing, you can come back.
Oh, hello.
Yeah. Now you got a piece of wood, and you can fix the bridge.
Should there even be a bridge? We're going all natural. Hold to water objects. Keep watering until you transform them to the final stage and gain XP. Mike says in the ocean, duh. It's not there if you can't see it. It is disgusting, some of the videos I've seen with that.
Quentin said, this is now Slime Rancher.
I was thinking about picking up doing Slime Rancher again. I don't know what I'm supposed to water.
You're supposed to water the dead plants. Not the ones off in the distance, like those. But that little bush right there and that tree are things you gotta water. You can tell when you're hitting it because they start rocking. And if you angle it just right, you can hit 2 at the same time. It'll make a big to-do when it's all done being watered.
Okay. That's a lot of bridge to fix with one piece of wood. It was only missing one little slot.
It was a real good piece of wood.
Hold in to restore nature. Listen to restore first stage of nature. This is going to be even easier than I thought. There's skills.
Oh yeah.
Oh shit. What is this?
A skill tree.
Nope.
You gotta start from the bottom and work your way up. For the bottom. Now we're there. At the bottom.
What do we got here? We have 132. And very little things I can buy.
Yeah, you can buy a bigger backpack or the other one.
Whenever you interact, surrounding interactable items light up so you can see them easier. Oh,
yeah.
So my old eyes can see shit. There we go.
Sometimes there's like little pieces of grass that you just can't find. You don't know where it is. So you fire off that radar. It sends out like a circle that gets bigger off of where you press it. And oh yeah, the train conductor cat. I forgot about him.
Look at the cat.
Quinn says, just like that, everything was right in the world.
Oh, sad cat. Let's stay positive. Oh, okay. I'm not sure. It may take me a little while to figure out what all is bad stuff, what's good stuff, things like that. me tell you, this is some magic fucking water.
You only have so much. That thing in the top left is how much you have in your tank.
Oh, then do I have to pull it up from over here?
Yeah, so you basically pull it out of there, and then it fills back up.
Okay. I see I've got a percentage meter in the top corner.
Right, and see there's 4 dots around your water meter?
Yeah.
The more nature you clean, the more that bar fills up, and every time it hits one of the big circles, you can restore some nature. Also, that thing is like always in the way. You can push Q to make it go away while you're not directly looking at it.
Oh, there we go.
And you would be surprised how much of this game I played before realizing I could do that.
Despite the fact it literally says to do it, and I was completely ignoring it too.
Yeah. See, those little things count. And sometimes you can't find them, and they're not done yet.
Why do I hear a train?
Because there's a train behind you somewhere.
Okay, because I was curious, like, Logan, where are you at that there's a train? Like, are you in a third house location? Damn, dude, we can't keep up.
I went a little mobile.
It's gone mobile. What the grass?
No, that restores when nature goes back.
Oh,
But that grass, yes. And the thing directly left of those flowers also. But I think those only go once. Now it's directly below these ones. Yeah, that.
Ah.
There you go.
Oh, I'm out of water.
Well, you were standing in water.
He's on the... Oh, that's some yucky ass water. He's
Yeah,
on the new
filters it, I think.
Brightline train from Orlando to Miami. What it...
See, this is like one of the mud puddles you're supposed to clean up. So this one will eventually go away.
In the meantime, I'm actually getting what I can use.
Yeah.
This is a very, like, relaxing, kind of laid-back game.
They should make a train from my town to Orlando.
I was thinking, I'm pretty sure... Is there one from Tampa to Orlando? I think there is, because I think that's one that my cousin was going to take at one time. I wish they would just make a train from here to Florida, but they don't. If you want to ride a train to Florida, you have to go up to fucking Chicago, and it takes 24 fucking hours. It is, like, ridiculous.
Yeah, the public transportation infrastructure in this country is really bad.
And it's funny because my grandmother has a neighbor, and she's from up north. And she moved to Jacksonville. And so she was like, okay, well, I'm going to take the train, Amtrak, from Jacksonville back up to my hometown. Ah, there's some crappy water. And she rode it one time. Like, she went to the Amtrak station in Jacksonville, which, by the way, is not in a great area. And was like, yeah, no. Come pick me back up. I was like, oh, shit. She was like, and she was planning on like going again and like putting her car and taking her car with her and everything like that. And she was like, no, I'm never doing this again. I rode the train when I was in high school.
Just so you know, you didn't finish those flowers.
Oh, let's get bigger. Did these finish? Nope.
Yeah, you can push G and it'll highlight it if it still is doable.
Ah. What'd it do?
Mike says train? What is that?
Oh, you definitely know what that is.
Quentin says Amtrak is never located in a good area.
I wish we would use trains more, because I would ride a train now. Like, I would rather take a train than
Plus, I kind of want to be a bandito.
Oh, I'm out of water. That's why it's making noises.
Making that the noise that pufferfish made. Oh.
Which pufferfish? In Raft?
No, it was a pufferfish in this video of this guy who was holding a pufferfish, and he was holding a carrot up to its mouth, and it was taking chomps out of the carrot. But after it bit the carrot, it would just like go, oh. It was making that noise because it was dying, but I think they were going to turn it into food anyway, so whatever.
Quick can be done.
Yeah. They also made like trees off of the like out of the bounds of the level, but they made them look exactly like the trees that are in the bounds of the level. So like I'll like look out at them and be like, I gotta do those trees like those? Yeah, to your right. Those.
Like
I'm
those.
like, do I have to do those? But then like I restore nature a little bit, and then they fill out.
Well, that G is useful. Is very useful.
Oh yeah. And you can upgrade it to like expand out further. The like final upgrade for it, it like goes over the whole level, and you can see stuff from like all the way across the level if you missed it.
I'm actually looking for some ideas for maybe me and Clay to go on a trip this year. So if anyone's got any good ideas, let me know.
Mike says, I live in the middle fuck of nowhere. Don't put me in the same category as people with infrastructure.
I feel you, Mike. Been there, done that, lived that. Happy not to anymore.
You can also get tank upgrades so you don't run out of water or something. You can even get an upgrade for this little thing that will, you set it down and it just sucks up everything around it nearby. And you can use it to suck up trash, but you could also put it near water and it'll suck up water. So if you run out of water, you can quickly refill your tank by just going over to it.
No, Mike, that is absolutely opposite. Nothing. Oh, well, I see. Okay, I see what you're saying. Like, stores and stuff are pretty close. It honestly just depends because, like, where Logan lives, no.
I got a taco stand and a Subway.
He has a taco stand and a Subway and a McDonald's.
And not the transportation Subway, a restaurant.
But here, we've got everything. Where I grew up, like, back in my hometown, we didn't have shit.
I have, if I don't want McDonald's or Subway or taco stand, which, come on, let's be real here. I have to at least drive at least 30 minutes to get to anything.
And that's just asking way too much of me. I used to have that life, and I'm never, ever going back. I'm too spoiled now.
I hate driving. I will do whatever I can to not drive. Oh, that's right. Quentin had the tacos from the taco stand when he came.
Oh. Quinn says he's going to St. Louis in April. Well, we're gonna go wherever it is in October. It's gonna be for our anniversary. Believe it or not, apparently we will be married 10 years this year. Although, if you ask Clayton, it elevates how long we've been married every time for dramatics. It's like, we've been married for 40 years. I'm like, I'm not even 40.
You're just that good.
Yeah.
See, now you can restore a bit of nature.
Oh, and what's the benefit of doing that early rather than doing it dramatically at the end?
Some stuff doesn't appear until you've restored some nature. Like, I believe in this level there is a cat who you gotta give those fish biscuits to.
Oh.
But he won't appear until you've restored some nature.
I'm gonna restore some nature here. Oh, there's a bunny!
Where's Greg when you need him?
Oh, he would love that. Oh, I didn't realize how much shit there is.
Yeah, there's like a whole... You have to repair another bridge and go clean that other side.
Bunnies? Are you just the bunny? Bunny, can I give you something?
You can pet the
I'm
bunny.
petting him, but my hand is like I didn't even bend down. Like it's weird that I'm standing up and the hand comes out of the fucking ground. I was like, what is this?
There's an achievement in this game to pet every animal.
Well, I've started off with a great start then. Oh, there's more than one bunny.
The bunnies are back. Peter, the bunnies are here.
Oh, that reminds me. Clay started watching King of the Hill last night. I was like,
It's a
damn.
great show. I love that show.
Not like he's never watched Opposites for us, like watching it and such, but it's just a new one for him to turn on. And I woke up and I was like, huh, King of the Hill. Okay. I went back to sleep. Like, we were watching through Futurama, but okay.
He already finished that.
I actually said, like, do you want to watch Futurama with us, like, awake, not just, like, sleeping to it? And he's like, nah. Because I thought ignorantly, oh, we're going to finish up Sunny. Always Sunny, right?
There's like 12 seasons of Sun.
I know! I was like, we're on season 4. And I was like, oh my god, there's so much more. Ah, damn. Dude, really do run out of water, man. Exploring the wastelands of West Virginia.
My first girlfriend I had in high school, I went over to her house one day. The first time I ever met her mom. And the first time, like, I was trying to make a good impression. And they were like, well, what do you want to watch on TV? And I was like, I don't know, whatever you guys want. And then I saw King of the Hill was on, like, FX or something. I'm like, oh, King of the Hill, it's a great show. We should watch that. And it was the episode where Peggy Hill was giving Bobby the talk.
Oh,
And
no.
And she's like, there's differences between boys and girls. And Bobby's just like, you mean how boys have penises and girls have vaginas? And she had a younger brother who was like young elementary school age. And I'm just like,
oh,
well,
no.
well, this is my first impression.
Their parents should know what they're getting into when they see King of the Hill. Like, that was their fault for letting... Oh, sure.
I just went, well, let's turn this off.
Anywho. What does turning in just all this trash... I'm going to pick up some more since then.
You can use it to buy some...
Is that my XP?
Yeah, it's your money in the bottom right.
Okay. So that's what I can use for upgrades.
Yeah.
The birds and the bees. It says 0 of 2, so I can only do 2 here?
Well, there's 2 rewards you get from turning in garbage. Actually, I don't know what that was. I thought I knew what it was, but I was wrong.
Oh, I want to save up for that one.
Yeah.
There we go. Yes?
Quinn says he's got to learn someday. Yeah, but not from me or Bobby Hill. Mike says, is it normal thing to just watch TV together, like in a living room, with the family of the other? I mean, it's not normal, I think.
I mean, I did. I spent time, like, with my boyfriend's family. And usually, yeah, if you were at their house, you were probably going to be in the living room watching TV or hanging out with them because, you know,
I remember
they
having
wouldn't want you to go into
girlfriends-
another room.
I remember having girlfriends over to my parents' house and all of us watching TV.
Oh, yeah. And, like, once you're, like, solidified in the relationship, yeah, no. After that, yeah, you watch TV all the time together.
Sergio says he does that all the time with Megs. Your inventory's full, that's why you can't pick that thing up.
Oh. And how to... Oh, I guess I'm going to have to use this stuff elsewhere.
Yeah, you gotta, like, use it on stuff. But you have toolboxes in your inventory, so you can pick up that other toolbox.
Oh, I need 3 of those. Okay.
Yeah, you need all 3 gears before you can use that.
Oh, there's a kid! Hi!
He doesn't like
Just
you.
hiss at me.
He doesn't like you.
Oh, I can't fix your house. I will be back to fix your house, I promise.
Mike asks, I mean, though, the TV is the background or the focus? It depends upon what the activity is that everybody's doing. It can be both. I mean, not at the same time, obviously, but situation permitting. I stayed up till like 4 a.m. playing this game one night.
Where you were like, oh, damn, where did the time go?
Pretty much. I was like, all right, I just gotta finish this one level, and then like 3 hours later, I was like, oh no.
I'm kind of getting to like that with the Barista Simulator. I'll be like, Clay, I know we've got stream. I'm just going to go upstairs and play like 30 minutes. But I gotta make it a beautiful cafe for stream on Friday.
After dinner, I came over here and played Control for like 2 hours.
So I thought you said you saw the ending of that.
I got the credits on like the main game's ending, but they released 2 expansions after it. So, and there's also a bunch of like missions and collectibles and stuff that I want to finish also. So like I rolled credits. I'm not done.
Gotcha. Y'all did not finish Alan Wake last night. You're like, oh yeah, no, we're. Damn.
I didn't think we were going to.
Oh, okay.
I had no reason to think that. It was like a gut feeling. Like I had no evidence that I had found that we weren't going to be done. I was just like, it doesn't feel like we're going to get done today. But I feel like now we're definitely going to get done next week. Yeah.
So, doing all this nature stuff, shooting water into this tree. Oh, so it's been raining for days now. And y'all know we live in Houston. Houston is a bowl, which we didn't notice when we first moved here. So, oh, okay, there's that. I am so ready. I love rain. I love rain. I love storms. However, I am like, I'm getting a little nervous here. That bridge near our house where all the water goes, it's looking a little full down there. Oh.
Oh, I know what bridge you're talking about.
Yeah.
We walked around that one day.
Yep. And that's my I'm getting a little nervous is if the walking path gets going through underwater. That's when I get a little ooh.
Do you still walk that?
I don't right now because it's cold and it gets dark too early. But I'll be going back once it gets a little bit warmer and it stays up lighter a little bit longer.
It was hot today.
Y'all's winter's over. Y'all had that 1 week of
we had the
cold.
1 week of cold, so now it's back to the scorching heat of Florida. I hate it here. I want to leave so bad. I don't know if that's ever going to happen.
Eventually, it will. Maybe temporarily. Maybe you'll just have to go back. You never know. You'll miss it so much.
I don't think so.
There's parts of Florida that I miss.
The only
Like a
thing
nice
that I
pretty
like,
beach. Oh.
the only thing that I like and will miss about Florida are the people here that I like. Everything else, I don't go outside. I don't care about.
Oh, I'll give you a great one. because of the bad weather, my boss texted this morning. She was like, "Hey, like either late start or just work from home today because the flooding." Like, okay, cool. So that means that
You got
like,
a good boss.
It's everyone else went in, and one of my coworkers was like, "Hey, I thought you were coming in today." I was like, "Nah." Karen texted this morning. She's like, "Nah, just stay home. Don't get on the road." She's like, "Man, she's so sweet." I was like, "How was your drive? Did it suck?" But like we have a security system, and so we're pretty adamant about always having that on if we're in the house, like turned on and engaged, or especially always at night. So it got put on last night, and it never got turned off because we didn't leave the house at all the whole damn day. I love those days. I find them hilarious. Think I can do more nature?
Yeah, you can.
Oh,
That'll
that's a
bring
big
more-
pile of dirt.
Yeah. With a bunch of plants underneath of it.
Oh, look! God damn!
If
Finding
you-
all the things that I
you-
need.
If you turn in all your garbage and clear up that inventory space,
Oh, you're right.
you can get more stuff. Like all of the wood planks are around that cat's house. You can just go grab all those and fix the house.
Here, let's do another nature section here. Birds! Now am I supposed to pet the birds? I want to make sure I grab the right thing.
There are some birds you can pet in this game.
Oh. Okay. Look! Oh, he still doesn't like me.
And now he wants biscuits.
And I can't give him even one biscuit without... I have to have all of them. This is a very cute, relaxing game.
Yes. It's very easy to accidentally play this game until 4 a.m.
I saw... Damn it. I saw a news article about a game. Let me see if it's still on my phone. It's not. What? Oh. It was about a Switch game getting a recent update, and I thought it said something like My Life in an S-Town or something like that. Is that ringing a bell to you as a Switch game?
Switch
My time at Sandrock.
Yes! I've never heard of this until today when this news article popped up. What is this?
I haven't
Anyone
heard of
know?
it either. I'm looking at it right now.
What?
I've seen it. It's a kind of a cute adventure game, as far as I know. Kind of reminds me of like a Hat in Time, maybe.
Oh.
So maybe from what like the little bit that I remember, I think it is somewhat 3D platformy.
Never mind, not my thing.
Blurb from Metacritic. Despite those rough edges, My Time at Sandrock is ultimately a wonderful and heartfelt game. There is an incredible story here about human nature, the environment, and the desire to right the wrongs of the past. Sandrock's residents were charming, and I cared deeply about their lives, joys, and struggles.
They say what kind of game it is.
Not on this little blurby, but let me go to the actual website. I'm trying to look for pictures of
It's been
gameplay.
so long. Oh, it's Focus Interactive.
Mike says it's the sequel to My Time in Portia?
Oh, you're right. Yeah.
Is it really? Because I've heard that game is a lot like my, desire to play Stardew Valley and stuff like that, and farming games.
I've never heard
so...
of that.
Okay. I was incorrect. It is not a platformer, but it is sort of a cute storytelling thing.
All right, I'm back in.
Use your trusty tool set to gather resources, construct machines, and turn your rundown workshop into a well-oiled production facility to save the town from the jaws of the economic ruin.
Not economic ruin.
That's the worst kind of ruin.
How much is it? Is it only on Switch? I like how I'm just telling you guys to look up the games.
On Steam, it is currently $40 US.
Oh, that's a
On
lot for a Steam game. Whew.
Digital on Switch. I'm waiting for the website to load. It is $31.99 on sale, 20% off
Man.
until February 1st. And honestly, by the way the game sounds, I feel like that's the platform to play it on. Oh yeah, this is like first-person Stardew.
I'm here.
I think you'd like this, Shelby. Just guessing. I've never heard of My Time at Porsche.
You have to. Tim talks about it all the time. You're going to be like, oh, as soon as you see it, I bet you money.
Tim, Master Jericho? Tim?
Yeah, Master Jericho Tim.
I don't remember him ever talking about that. My Time at Porsche.
Oh!
Biscuit!
I have the third biscuit. Be friends with me.
You have to risk it for those.
Oh, I love it. Oh, it purrs. Oh, I love it.
My
Such a
Time
cat
at
mom.
Porsche. Digital is $29.99 on Steam. Or Digital Deluxe, $31.99.
Oh, what makes it deluxe?
I don't know.
I think I might have that game already on Steam. You know?
Usually on Steam, deluxe means soundtrack.
Oh,
But I don't know what it means on the Switch.
means we're gonna trick you into paying more and not tell you.
It's probably like cosmetic stuff.
Oh
I would
yeah,
guess.
there are cosmetics. Starlight Collection 1, 2, and 3, and Summer Heat Collection.
Since y'all are already looking this shit up, why don't either y'all see if these games are on if they already paying for Game Pass?
Game Pass.
There was a bundle on Steam for My Time at Porsche and My Time at Sandrock, $61.98, or sorry, $62.98 for both games.
That's on Steam, you said though, right?
Yeah.
What do you mean by that, Mike? Mike's a shame what the Switch became, in my opinion. I like the Switch.
I play Switch all the time. I don't know what you're talking about.
I am trying to be careful and not investing too much extra stuff into my Switch because at some point Switch 2 is coming out. Like, I was like, oh, should I go ahead and buy new Joy-Cons and the charging station for them? And I was like, no, I'll just wait because I imagine it's going to be coming. Maybe soonish, maybe 2025. I don't know.
There's
But I didn't
going
want
to
to
be a
invest too much money in
Nintendo.
it.
There's going to be a Nintendo Direct soon, and everybody is theorizing that they are going to talk about the Switch 2. Mike says it's a bit old. Right. Well, it came out in 2017. It's 7 years old. It's an old console. I'm surprised Nintendo has gone this long without.
Well, they had the OLED, and they have made.
Yeah, they've made incremental
Some.
improvements to it, but like nothing major.
Good lord, was that a sneeze? Bless you, babe.
I did nothing.
Oh. Well, I definitely heard something.
Mike says, in my opinion, it doesn't have games that are worth it. I mean, that depends on what you like. Like, I love Mario games, I love Zelda games, I love Pokemon games. All of that is on the Switch. All of those games are worth it, at least to me.
I like the
Not trying to
portability of it.
I'm not trying to say you're wrong, but I don't agree.
Everybody has their own thing. Now, granted,
Yet, I think I would,
just heard a
if I
noise.
were a Switch owner, I would feel the same way as Mike. Because
Now-
the games that I like to play either aren't on the Switch or don't run the way that I would want from a handheld.
and that's what I was going to say, is back when the Switch first came out, you know, they didn't have what they have now available to you. Like, with Clayton's Asus ROG that he has, which I jokingly call his Switch. It's not actually a Switch; it's an Asus ROG, and that's a handheld that runs so much more. But that technology wasn't there in 2017. Now there's like a million different competitors. What's that new one that just came out that you're like, oh,
The
do I want to get
MSI
it?
Claw, the 32 gigabyte memory MSI Claw, running the Intel architecture.
Exactly. The handhelds have made a lot of progress, and me and Clay were just having this discussion the other day. I kind of attribute that partially to the Switch kind of paving the way on it.
I agree.
Yeah, but that's always Nintendo's story. They always do things first. They get made fun of, and then 6 years later, everybody tries to do what they did, and they go, "Oh, well, thanks to the advances in technology, we can do way better than Nintendo's old thing."
I.e., Wiimote Nunchuck or PlayStation's PlayStation Move.
Yep. And people like
Switch
to bag on
starts it.
Nintendo, and they're like, "Yeah, of course it's better. It's been half a decade."
I don't know. I'm excited to see what their next thing is. They're long overdue for it, in my opinion.
They've gotten an incredible lifespan out of this device.
They have. And they had made so much money off of it. The pandemic was a moneymaker for them because we were all
for
stuck
sure.
indoors and played so much Animal Crossing because we couldn't fucking leave our house.
It also, so far, the Switch has lasted 2 years longer than the Wii U. I joke, but I love my Wii U. It had a lot of good games on it, but
Again.
they ported a lot of those games to the Switch.
And it's basically Nintendo bagging on themselves and going, "Hey, look how much better this thing is than that old piece of crap, huh? This machine does everything that does way better, and it fits in your backpack."
And it finally has Bluetooth.
Right? Yeah.
It had Bluetooth all along. They just didn't turn it on.
That's the secret cat. I always have
I always have
Bluetooth.
Bluetooth.
Mike says it was definitely cool 7 years ago, but the moment it's old, like it's not a competitor.
Yep.
I think it's okay. If someone were saying I want to buy a handheld, I would not recommend buying a Switch, unless
Yeah, I would too.
It is for
I would hold out
someone
Switch too.
like my aunt. She's very new to playing video games, so it has to be very simple stuff. It can't be anything complicated. The Switch is perfect for her.
For the exact opposite reason, I would not recommend the Asus ROG Ally to almost anyone because it's so fiddly. I love the thing because I like messing with all those settings.
He likes problems. That's why I like.
I love problems because I solve them all day. By the way, Sydney's all set up.
Good.
I like fiddling with those settings. I like adjusting things to make things run slightly better. I like doing BIOS updates. I like all that crap, but most people don't. So the Steam Deck is right for them.
Also, to your not a competitor comment, I don't think Nintendo's trying to be a competitor.
They don't want to.
Nintendo's doing what Nintendo does. Nobody else can do what Nintendo does. You either have an Xbox or a PlayStation and a Nintendo.
Right. And that's the way they've been for a very long time. The last time they tried to compete with the GameCube, they kind of got trounced.
Yeah. Nintendo just does what Nintendo does, and they're really not trying to be a competitor.
Right.
And we just say, here's our credit card.
Here's Zelda, and I go, okay, here's my wallet. They go, bring out your wallet, pay pig. Here's a Zelda.
My Asus does what Nintendo don't.
Damn, that's pretty good.
That's good.
I also really am glad that they have some handhelds that are not just for simple controllers like me, like Clay was talking about. Because
I think it's great that Steam can be portable now. That's awesome. I really like that.
Because it gets Clayton to be portable with his version of a Switch.
Yeah.
And then I have my Switch, so we can both be downstairs watching TV on either end of the couch on both of our handhelds.
Right, and she's playing her cutesy, what's the name of that thing?
State Farm?
they farm, and I'm playing Death Stranding at 60 frames a second. Like, we both are getting exactly what we want, and she's getting what she wants at a lower price point, and I'm getting the performance that I want, but I had to pay significantly more for it.
I just wish that Stardew Valley had crossplay.
Stardew Valley. Oh no, it doesn't. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Princess still waiting on Twilight Princess.
There's so many, like...
Is that the Metal Gear Solid 4 of the that generation? Like it's
No,
never going
'cause
to be on
Twilight-
anything else?
Twilight Princess was on the Wii, but it was also on the Wii U, and it was also on the GameCube.
Oh, it just
So-
hasn't come to Switch yet.
It just hasn't come to Switch.
Gotcha.
People
okay.
are wanting the 3DS Zelda remakes to come to the Switch, and they're also wanting the Wii U remakes to come to the Switch, which is Ocarina of Time: Majora's Mask for the 3DS and the Wind Waker and Twilight Princess for the Wii U. And people are wanting them all on the Switch, so all the Zelda games could be on one place, but I think Nintendo's probably not going to do that before they release their next console.
Yeah. If in the next chapter, I guess it is, in the next release of the Master Collection for Metal Gear, if they say that Metal Gear Solid 4 is coming to any other platform, you might just see a grown man cry.
See, I wouldn't have thought that was what I had to do.
Gwen says, I want Mario 64 DS. I do too, but I think I prefer Mario 64. And I thought of like a fun way Nintendo could do both.
Okay.
Because Mario 64 and Mario 64 DS are, while they're like the same game, air quotes, they're completely different games.
It's the same like framework, but how you interact with it is
it's
crazy
vastly different. So when they did Zelda Ocarina of Time for the 3DS, they had a master mode.
Oh right, yeah.
At the main screen, you could choose regular or master mode, and they could just do that.
Mm-hmm.
They could at the very beginning, you pick either Mario 64 or Mario or
Right.
DS. And I think it would be good if Nintendo did that, but if they're gonna re-release Mario 64 again or
They could
remaster, it would be a remaster because they've re-released Mario 64 a dozen times.
They could even package it like they used to do Duck Hunt and Super Mario Brothers.
Yeah.
Dual cartridge. Which one you want to play?
Did you see that the last toolbox is inside that broken down area? By the way, I don't know if you
Okay.
saw it earlier.
No, I haven't. I was just kind of checking all the outside stuff.
I think there's also something up on that observation deck. I'm not sure.
Oh, I didn't even know I could go up there. Oh, yeah. A conductor's hat.
I don't remember what you do with that. I think that might be new.
It did say there was an update recently.
Yeah, they added a new level, so I got to go back and play that.
Did you do all the achievements? I'm just curious.
I did.
Is there a way for me to like finish a level without having gotten everything, like Viscera?
You don't need to 100% the level, but you need to finish all the tasks.
And I assume it will tell me if I'm missing something.
Yeah, open it, press Q.
No, I don't mean tasks. I mean like a 100% level, because like it says 98% up there.
Yeah, you're either missing like a little garbage or probably just a little plant.
Ah.
There it is. And there's also some. Yeah, there you go.
Oh, I see some more there.
Don't
There's a
forget to
plant.
pet
Yep, I saw that just now, next to the bunny.
Don't forget to pet the duck.
Oh yeah. I don't know if I can pet the birds. I gotta go see if I can pet the birds. No. No.
Wonk.
Tried duck once. Didn't really like that I tried it.
Heard
it
it's
wasn't
really
very
greasy
good.
and gamey.
Yeah, it's not good. Oh, there's another cat up there!
What's he doing up there?
Hey, would you like a conductor's hat? Figured out what to do with the conductor's hat.
That they definitely added that because I've never done that.
Now the birds were somewhere over here.
Nope.
Can't
No
do
petting.
nothing with the birds.
I,
One more for
I
you.
knew you could definitely pet the larger birds like the penguins and the ducks.
Such a good purr. Hop on board! Oh my god, that really is how. Yes, that's great!
I think they also added that switch to make the train show up because I think the train was there just covered in dirt when I played this game.
Oh, I see. There's all these playfriends in different places all over the world. Oh, this is gonna be cool! The Alps. The crossing guards won't work. Well, you have to make the conductors also. You have to feed them treats and fish. If you want them to work as well. Oh! I have to find the place. Oh, I see it. No, I can... Aha! Water stream washes and restores objects faster in a water area. I think I need to buy the increased amount of water first.
How much is that other upgrade? 1,300?
1,300.
You're pretty close to that already.
Yeah, and it won't take much, I don't think. I'm going to be more selective about what I pick up now that I know that I can only pick up 4 items at a time.
You can also increase your inventory space through the upgrade tree,
Oh, okay.
but it's not a bad idea to do that this early in the game.
Is there anything else you're playing, Logan, other than Control?
I'm just finishing up like the last little bit of stuff in Pokemon Violet. After you beat the game, you unlock this thing where you can invite coaches, which are basically the old trainers and teachers and Elite Four members from Paldea over to the Blueberry Academy.
Right.
And every time you invite them, you battle them. And I thought they were going to be super hard, but they're literally just as easy as they were in Paldea. And if you invite them 3 times, they offer to trade you a Pokemon. And they also give you presents. Like some of them will give you like new reactions or phone cases, but some of them give you that Herba Mystica stuff that's like impossible to get.
Huh.
And they only give you the present once, so you can't sit there and just keep inviting the same guy over and over and over again and keep getting more and more Herba Mystica.
Can't farm it.
No, but they only give you the present once. But I finally was able to finish that last mission where you got to give the, I think it's the home ec teacher, sweet Herba Mystica.
Oh, yeah.
I wasn't able to do that forever. I also started trying to shiny hunt some of the newer Pokemon from Gen 9.
Have they talked about the next Pokemon game? I know they've been focusing so much on DLC for this one.
Nintendo has not said anything, but people are speculating online because it's almost around the time when they usually do a Pokemon Presents. And
Well,
it's
you were
like,
saying you think there's a direct coming up soon too, so
yeah, I think there's going to be a Nintendo Direct soon, and I also think there's going to be a Pokemon Presents soon. And both of those things are going to be pretty info heavy. I want them to do. May also be another Legends game.
oh,
To be honest, I would love that. I would love there to be another Legends game. But as amazing as Legends Arceus was, it did not sell very well.
oh, really?
Yeah, and
I mean, I can't say much. I didn't buy it. I bought Pokemon. I didn't buy it, but I thoroughly enjoyed watching you play it.
yeah, it was an amazing game. I loved it. I loved it. I would love more games like that. But I would be surprised if there's another Legends game. At least exactly the way the first Legends game was. If they're going to do another Legends game, it's not going to be the same. But so get this, Shelby. Back in the DS era,
I thought you were gonna say back in the day, and I was like, oh, I love when these conversations start out like this. Makes us feel so old.
it's still technically back in the day because the DS era was
Back in the day?
over a decade ago. Back in the DS era, there was the Gen 5 Pokemon games, which are black and white. And up until that point, there was always like a third game that was like similar to the first games, but they changed it a little bit. Like there was red and blue, but then they had yellow. And then there was gold and silver, and then they had crystal, and then ruby and sapphire, but then they had emerald.
God,
And they
they will
released-
just make so many games to fucking
Oh,
make
yeah.
more money.
Oh, yeah.
It's ridiculous.
They stopped doing that with these last two generations because they started making DLC. So instead of making a third game, they just added more to the original game. But for Gen 5, they released black and white, but then when they came time to release their like other version of the game, they released Black and White 2, which were sequels. They weren't the same game, they were literal sequels to the first games. And even though it was a sequel, you didn't need to play the first game because you played as a different character on a different adventure. But it, like chronologically, it happened after the first one. Yeah, Black and White 2. And here's the cool part that I'm thinking, because Gen 5 has always been like different because they just did different stuff with that generation than they usually do.
Mm-hmm.
And now it's about time for them to remake Gen 5 because the last remakes that they did, BDSP, that was Gen 4. So there have been people hypothesizing this, what if they don't remake Black and White or Black and White 2? What if they make Black and White 3?
Oh.
Which I think would be incredible.
Do you think what would make it a black and white 3? If you're playing as different characters from 1 and 2 anyways, what about it? Is that the location of it?
I think it would be in the same location.
Okay. The same
which
region,
is-
I should say.
Yeah, which is the same region as where the Blueberry Academy is. So
Then that would make sense.
They might make reference to Blueberry Academy. You might not go there because it's like a whole thing. But it's the difference between Black and White and Black and White 2 was they had this thing called Game Sync where it really just like looked at your character's name and gender and what your starter Pokemon was. And then if you did a Game Sync and reach certain thresholds of the original game, it would like add little fluffs to the story. So if you never played the first one and you didn't know the characters from the first one, even though it was mostly the same characters, there was a big 2-year time gap. And you're like, well, what did they do between 1 and 2? And if you did Game Sync, they did little story fluffs where they
Oh.
filled in the gap about what happened to all these characters. Like there was a gym.
Last time on Black and White.
Exactly. There was a gym in Black and White that was not a gym anymore in Black and White 2. It was just a restaurant.
Oh,
And you're just like, if you
God.
played the first game, you're like, why is this not a gym? Why is this just a restaurant now? And there's a cat. There is a cat.
There's a cat.
I think the DLC said release notes for this said more cats.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
So that's probably where that conductor's hat thing came from.
Yeah.
But I was about to say, isn't the second Scarlet and Violet DLC just Black and White 3? Not really. Even though it's in the same region, like you don't meet any of the old characters. You don't meet any of the old like regions and routes. I feel like to be a true Black and White 3, it would need to be like the same the region again, but like the differences, blah blah blah. You know. But I always loved how like if you played Black and White 1 and you did a game sync to Black and White 2, they rewarded you by telling you what happened between and why things aren't the way they are anymore and why they're different and all that
How
stuff.
long ago was Black and White 1 and 2 released?
Oh boy, that's a good question. Let me look. Black and
if it
White.
was in black and white, that's a long time ago.
Pokemon Black and White release date.
Waiting 20 minutes to make that joke.
It released
Good
in
job.
2010.
So 14 years ago.
And Black and White 2, Black 2 and White 2, released in 2012.
Damn. Sheep! No?
Sheepies! And
Not
there's
sheep.
fish jumping out of the river.
Cat?
Did you see the fish running up the waterfall?
I did not. Oh, it must be salmon.
Yeah.
Salmon season, y'all.
Mike says,
Put a
was the
little bit, huh?
remake of Diamond and Pearl good? That is a
Loaded question.
loaded question for sure. It again, that goes down to personal preference. Because the Diamond and Pearl remakes were literal one-to-one remakes of the original Diamond and Pearl. And a lot of people were disappointed because all of the other remakes that they made, they added stuff or they changed it, they like improved it with the times or whatever. Diamond and Pearl's remakes, they didn't do any of that. They literally just made it again. Personally, I was a bit disappointed that they didn't add anything to it. But it just depends on what you like. If you liked Diamond and Pearl and you're not looking for anything different, you'll love it. Gwen says, yeah, it was very similar, just some graphical updates. Yeah, that's pretty much all they did. It was also made by a different company. Which was the first time they ever let something like that happen with one of their mainline Pokemon games, have another company do it.
They just may be running out of time.
I think it's because they were working on Scarlet and Violet and Legends Arceus.
Yeah.
And they
had
already
their hands full. Oh, fish! I see it.
They already had their Game Freak. When they develop games, the Pokemon games, they have two teams. They have an A team working on like the next like big game, and then they have the B team working on whatever the like offshoot / remake / like new kind of project is. They were working on Legends Arceus. B team was working on Legends Arceus. A team was working on Scarlet and Violet. But they also wanted to put out the remakes, the Gen 4 remakes. So they just had another company just do it.
Maybe you're right, yeah. Maybe that was part of the reason why it wasn't as good of a remake.
Yeah, and like, I didn't even realize this, but when they made the Gen 3 remakes on the 3DS, the biggest change BDSP was the Grand Underground, honestly. Yeah, and even that was still pretty similar to what it originally was. But when they made the Gen 3 remakes, they changed a bunch of stuff. Like, they changed the way that, like, the battles worked. They changed some of the story for it. And they added, like, a whole post-game epilogue thing. And I didn't realize it, but people hated it. And if there's one thing that Pokemon fans do is they hate Pokemon.
They will always find a reason to complain.
The masses of the Pokemon fans, they just complain about everything. It's so annoying. And Game Freak listens to them. So they complain so much about Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire that they were just like, okay, well, we'll just keep it the same. And I was very disappointed, honestly. I think the ones that did the remakes. I think the ones that did the remakes are working on the next Ace Combat. They hate Pokemon, but don't you dare offend Nintendo in any way.
They're very protective of their Nintendo, but they're gonna be angry that the Pokemon game wasn't exactly what they want.
There's this game that I'm really not interested in playing, but it's like similar to Pokemon where you find monsters and capture them in balls. But I don't even know what the game's called. It's called like Super Pals or something like that.
Yes.
I was hoping it would not come up.
I was right when he said that. I was like, I think I know what game he's talking about. What was the name of it?
Pal World. And
oh my god!
I'm not really interested in the game. I'm not probably gonna play it or buy it or anything like that. I'm just gonna let it go. But oh my god, the people online are so.
I'm just over it. I'm tired of hearing about it. I don't care one way or another.
Yeah, I don't really either. And it's just
because
like
everyone's mad about it.
They're either mad about it or they're mad at the people that are mad about it.
There's two camps. There's people who are like mad that they made a Pokemon air quotes ripoff. But then there are people who are like, this is blatant plagiarism.
Mm-hmm.
And even that I don't really care about. If it is, Nintendo will deal with it. And if it's not, they won't.
I'm sure you whole hordes of attorneys have looked into it.
Yeah, exactly. If there's one company that's going to do anything about it, it's Nintendo.
So, like, if it is, it is. And if it is, Nintendo will deal with it. If it's not, nothing will happen, and they'll just release their game that's not Pokemon. It's not Pokemon.
All the screaming and complaining online isn't going to influence Nintendo to take action or not. They have already decided whether or not they are going to take action.
Right.
And either they are or they aren't, but we won't know about it for months.
And it's like you're not helping, or you're not hurting either, but you're not helping the situation by like getting all worked up about it.
Yes.
I heard rumors that people were that Cheap was in all that garbage.
He was like drowning in it.
I heard rumors that people were sending death threats to the developers of Pal World.
That's too far.
So ridiculous.
In any scenario, that is too far.
I agree 100%, but Pal World put out a statement that said that nobody has received any death threats. So
people are just saying that.
Yeah, people are just saying that. And it's like
it's such a go-to response. Anytime you step out of line on any even things that I agree with, like when somebody does something that I'm like, yeah, you shouldn't have done that. Like they get death threats. I'm like, why is that the first step one is lock your DMs or else you get death threats.
The thing is, like, video games are supposed to be fun, you know?
Right.
And if you want to play Pal World, you should play Pal World. If you don't really care that much, don't play it. Like, I don't really care that much. I'm not going to play it.
It is exactly the same thing as Hogwarts Legacy.
Yeah.
I don't want to play it, but I'm not going to berate anyone that does.
Yeah. I 100% agree.
I'm not gonna like scream at them and tell them they're wrong to play it, and they go, "Oh, you know what? You're right."
Yeah, you're not gonna change anybody's mind doing that.
That's not how it happens.
Yeah, like video games are supposed to be fun. Let people have fun, you know. And if it is plagiarism, Nintendo will deal with it. Right. You don't need to be a keyboard warrior about this.
Yeah.
But also stop acting like this is the only game with cute little animals that you capture.
Yeah, Monster Rancher, Digimon,
or what's the other one?
It's not exactly a super novel concept.
I know.
They cornered it. They can't do anything.
God, I can never remember the name of this thing. Togepi. No, that's an actual.
That's a Pokemon.
That's a Pokemon. Oh God, Dokevi.
I don't know that one.
Dokevi is a Pokemon like, and then there's Temtem.
Oh yeah,
Dokevi?
Temtem.
Uh-huh.
People really liked Temtem.
It's from what I could tell, it was a decent idea.
Yeah, and that was another thing where it's like I'm not really interested in playing that, but people liked it, and good. I'm glad they did.
You know how many racing simulators there are? How many drifting games there are? They're all exactly the same. Like, you drive a car.
Oh no. Forza's the only one out there that it can exist because it's a driving game, so everyone else has got to stop.
not gonna get mad that the Nürburgring Nordschleife is in every game. Like, you copied Gran Turismo.
On the other end of the argument, people who are like, "This is the Pokemon killer," I'm just like, "No, it's not."
No, I assure you, ain't nothing killing Pokemon.
If anything's gonna kill Pokemon, it's gonna be Pokemon.
It'll be
if-
Nintendo.
if
When they are like, nah,
anything-
we done.
If Nintendo doesn't just strike it down, which I don't think they will, if anything, this is gonna light a fire under Game Freak, and they're actually gonna take their time with a Pokemon game and not release a buggy mess again. Because they're like,
Entirely possible.
because from what I could tell, Pal World like was majorly successful on Steam. I think they
it's
were like,
enormous.
yeah,
Millions of sales in
yeah.
a couple days.
And so, I think it's a good thing that Pal World exists because it will show.
Is
Yeah.
pushes you.
Yes. Yes. Oh, he
You
wants
get
a little
hat.
fedora with a feather in it.
Oh, find your hat. They both have a forward plate and plagiarist.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Oh, that's funny.
If anything, Forza plagiarized themselves because they found stuff from the previous version
I
of
remember.
Forza.
I remember that.
Oh
I
man,
remember that.
they're like built from the ground up. Bull crap. There's still stuff in here from Forza 6.
Why was that other one so big?
I don't know.
Look at their little tails.
I was gonna say that they're just wagging. Honestly, it looks like Sparrow's tail because she
Oh,
only
God.
has a nub.
Mike says, I mean, Pal World behind its appearance is a base survival management game with Pokemon-like monsters. It's not a Pokemon game. Pokemon is a very specific genre. Yeah, that was the other thing. It's not even really a Pokemon game. You can capture monsters, but it's not the main point of the game.
Wasn't it Genshin Impact that people lost their minds because it looked so much like Breath of the Wild forever ago?
Oh, was there like
think
people freaking out about it?
I think it might have been Genshin Impact because you were running across a field and maybe you had a horse. I have no idea, but they were just like, yeah, but you're running across this like lush, not tropical, but like all this green foliage and look at the map. It's so blatantly Breath of the Wild. I was like, I don't know.
think Breath of the Wild holds copyright over open green fields.
Exactly, but it was just the timing of it. It was just like, I assure you, if Nintendo thought they were being encroached upon, it would be very obvious.
You are not going to get away with plagiarizing Nintendo. You're just
There's
not.
One company that's not gonna let it fly.
You're just not.
A single video on YouTube would not fly if Nintendo had a problem with it.
Mike says, to be honest, graphically and mechanically, they looked identical until people realized what a gacha was. Is that a gacha game?
Oh, extremely gotcha. Oh,
I don't
my
really
God.
know much about Genshin Impact.
I know.
Oh, do you want to learn? I can phone a friend.
I got a relative that'll learn you up,
Whoa.
boy.
No, not really.
Yes, it is.
She's
Oh.
like always like, you want to get into Genshin? I'm like, baby girl, I love you, but no, I can't.
I think Brandon knows quite a bit about Genshin.
You know who knows a lot about Genshin?
Who?
Chris.
Really?
Yeah.
I wouldn't have known that.
Back when I was on Twitter, he was always reposting stuff about Genshin.
Or ask Steve. Oh, damn.
Steve.
A lot of Genshin people.
It's a,
Sorry,
it is
I guess my people
incredibly-
need to know about y'all people.
It is, yeah, it is an incredibly popular video game.
Just ask Chris or Steven. Yep.
Okay.
Anyways, those are my thoughts on Power World.
Yeah.
And I get the distinct feeling that Clayton thought I was going to go in a different direction with that talk.
Yeah, I kind of did. I was expecting you to be more polarized about it, about the AI stuff.
Oh, there's AI stuff?
That's the whole thing, is that the way that they generated, the reason it looks so much like a Pokemon game is because they took a library of Pokemon and basically did like random mashups. And said, hey, what if we took this one and that one and used AI to basically breed these things? What would that look like? And some of the pictures are very close. Like, if just looking at the results when they put this thing next to that, as someone who knows nothing about this game or Pokemon, when I've seen the screenshots, they go, look at this thing next to this one. I go, yeah, those kind of look the same. That's all I can say.
I mean, if that's what they did, that's a real shame. But like,
again,
if the game is fun,
if they did, Nintendo's gonna have something to say about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Mike says there's no proof that they did that, which is correct. There is absolutely no proof that they did use AI to generate those assets. But the dev said it's useful for getting inspiration, which is true.
Hey, there's the hat.
Yeah.
Lots of people look at other people's work and go, oh, right, I got an idea. I was watching this movie and I got an idea. That doesn't mean that you're stealing, from George Lucas just because you had a space movie idea.
Oh God, what's his name? What's the asshole ruined audio for old
battles.
Oh, Chris Nolan?
people? Yeah. Can everyone stop taking Chris Nolan's fucking track about goddamn audio?
Stop mastering your audio because you want to be Chris Nolan.
Stop it! We would like to hear shit, please.
I told Shelby the other day I was listening to Castle Super Beast, and Pat had watched a movie that was like
2 times speed, Space Marine.
Yeah, he's definitely doing that.
Yes. He watched a movie that was 15, 20 years old that it came on TV, and he said he got angry that the captions weren't turned on and that he didn't need them. He could hear every word in the movie. The music was crisp. The audio was clear. He was like, I'm so pissed that every movie I watch now, I have to have captions on because I can't hear what anyone's saying. Because the dialogue channel is all the way down and the ambient audio is all the way up.
You know what happens a lot when I watch movies with my parents?
But they turn on motion smoothing?
No, that I turned that off as soon as the TV came in the house.
God, hell yeah.
We'll be watching a movie, and this is not criticism. I don't really care about this one way or another. But we'll be watching the movie, and my mom will be like, "What did he say?"
Oh, right.
And I'll pause the movie and just basically say what the guy said again.
Mm-hmm.
And then we'll play the movie, and then we'll watch a little bit more. She goes, "Oh, what did he just say?"
Right.
And then I'll pause the movie and tell her what he said.
Right.
We eventually just turned on captions.
Captioning, yep. It's frustrating.
I used to hate captions, and Clayton loved captions. He's like, and so I just got used to them, and then, thank God I was used to it before Nolan fucked my hearing abilities in game and movies, because I would be constantly like, huh? We go to movies.
Remember?
The only thing we go to. Sorry, one more thing. We only go to movies nowadays to watch things that are international movies, so they're always in other languages, so they're captioned, so it works.
But I put my earbuds in when we go to the movies.
Yeah,
because the projector, what do they call those?
He was coming at you.
Projector technician, whatever. They have to turn the entire movie up, or else you couldn't hear the audio or the dialogue at all. So the whole mix goes up, and I'm just like, this. I can hear what they're saying now, but the gunshots are deafening, and the soundtrack is just ear bleeding.
Yeah, and you don't really like loud stuff.
I can't stand loud stuff.
Why are you friends with me?
Because I have a volume dial on my headphones. So I put my earbuds in, and it's fine. It's like putting in earplugs to go to a rock concert. What you said earlier about the audio, Shelby, I remember when the PS3 just came out, and there was a huge problem of people going, I can't see anything on my DVDs or my Blu-rays. I can't see anything on this TV. What the heck is up with this PS3 that it spits out the darkest color? And I don't know if it was like the color ranges or the black levels, but Every TV I hooked my PS3 up to, I had to spike the brightness because I couldn't see anything. I was just like, we are looking at a black screen. This Mission Impossible is a black screen. I'm just watching a black screen.
I've noticed that that's still a problem for me nowadays, even on my phone, which is new. It's not an old phone by any means. That it sometimes is still hard to see things because they've got it so black. But it is a huge problem on our older TV.
Yeah.
One of these days when we upgrade our TV, we hopefully I'll get to have that better graphics, and I won't have that issue so much.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Quentin said, yeah, my parents used to get mad at me because I would have movies turned up loud because I couldn't hear dialogue. And then someone would fire a 12-gauge shotgun right next to the mic. So then I started wearing headphones. Then they got mad, and I couldn't hear them calling for me. Yep.
Tilt it up a little bit.
Oh, sorry. I was looking in the chat, watching everybody read it. There was something I keep seeing advertised on... Oh, I think I got everything. I got him this hat. And a pet. Okay, here's Perk. They're like, they're little loops. Headphones. They're like headphones, but you stick them in your ear, and there's 3 different kinds. God damn, I wish I'd have paid more attention.
Sleeping?
No, they're for like when you're out and about, and you need different levels of audio controls. So basically, they serve as like...
Oh, like ambient volume control?
Earbuds, but like appropriate.
Mm-hmm. I mean,
like instead of you actually using your earbuds to block out sound when we go to the theater, it's actually designed to, and they're really cute.
I mean, your earbuds can do that. They can do ambient audio, and you can dial your world up or down.
Oh, I know.
They make these headphones.
Victoria has those. Are these the cute little loops, and they're different colors?
They make these headphones that don't go in your ear. They like loop around your ear and connect to like the back of your head, and they send sound into your ear bones.
They're so freaking cool, dude.
Yeah, those are awesome.
I've tested it. When I first tested those, I was like, this is impossible. This is going to sound like garbage. And then it basically pumps the audio directly into your skull. And I was like, this is incredible. I can hear everything, and I can also hear everything else. I was like, wow, this is really impressive that it doesn't compromise on too much sound. And the one that I had was actually pretty impressive bass because it is pressing the vibration into your jawbone. And I was like, oh, I'm actually getting like some really deep frequencies from it. Oh, right. I remember Sergio saying he has bone conduction headphones.
Try that out.
Yeah, that thing's really cool. So basically, if there's a big pile of garbage around, you can set it down, and as you clean around it, it'll suck up all the garbage for you.
So and then how do I put it down?
There's a button. I think it's Q or E. It should tell you on that upgrade menu.
F.
F.
And is he a one-time use or?
No.
Can I use him forever?
You have to pick him back up, and he doesn't have a very wide range yet. You could see the border of his range. It's that red line on the ground around him. But as you upgrade him, he gets a wider range of picking stuff up. But you have to pick him up and set him back down again to keep working. But he can also suck up water. So if you put him near water, he'll suck up water blobs for you. And then if you like need a quick boost of water, you could just go pick it back up, and it'll like put a whole bunch of water in your tank immediately.
Gotcha.
Too far. Are you trying to suck up those whales?
No, I was just trying to suck up water, but I was too busy looking at Sergio's thing. So I had to make sure I could walk around the steel plant and still listen to my podcast. Can't miss out on your podcast. I walked into Clayton's office earlier and he had his podcast playing out loud. And I was like, oh my God.
Yep.
Because he had it playing at 2 times speed.
1.5, thank you.
Oh, so sorry. 1.5 speed. And had that setting
skip.
he likes about removing all the dead air.
Yeah.
Did you get on that Podcast Republic yet?
Not yet. I'm still riding the Google Podcast train
Until it dies?
Until the wheels fall off.
Why can you not? Why? What? That makes no sense.
Oh, because he's connected to the corporate Wi-Fi, and they have the ports blocked.
Oh, well, you don't need to connect it to no Wi-Fi to listen to your Spotify.
Maybe there's no cellular signal out there.
You download the playlist if you got Spotify Premium.
Oh.
Yeah.
I didn't know you could do that.
Mm-hmm.
You can do that on YouTube Music. I didn't know Spotify did that too. Which
Yeah,
I shouldn't be
whenever I get on
surprised
a
about,
plane,
honestly.
I can listen to what I've got down my playlist and I just make sure it's constantly set to update itself. So when I add stuff, it automatically does it for me. I don't have to worry about, I gotta go in. Jesus Christ, Sergio. How is that even possible?
Dude likes music.
But it doesn't take up that much memory.
Dude really likes music.
Very high resolution.
Yeah.
Lossless WAV files. One song, 3 gigs.
His Spotify is at 1080, y'all.
So-
1080.
So I
Do
was
not-
basically a year behind on my podcast. I'm like, man, I'm never going to catch up on these. And a lot of the podcasts are ones that I can't really just cut my losses and start from now.
Oh, because they're serialized?
Yeah, so like, I also cut out a lot of the podcasts that I was listening to. Like, I'm down to just like 5. I'm still a year behind. And so I'm like, man, I don't know what I'm going to do. But then Clayton started talking about the like the silent skip thing.
Yep.
So I've been listening to my podcast at 2.5 speed silent skip.
You definitely mean 1.5 speed.
I definitely mean 2.5 speed.
2.5x is what you're listening to?
Correct.
Boy, you must listen to some slow-talking people.
There's some that I have to slow it down for because it's just too fast.
Okay.
So there are some of them that I do listen to on 2, some I listen on 1.5. But the McElroy brothers, I listen to them on 2.5.
Huh.
I see where if you're on your liked, it'll tell you how many you have there, but I have a playlist. I don't keep my stuff on my liked, so I don't know how many I have, but I have 9 hours worth of songs. Ooh, that's some gook.
You don't want to get that between your toes.
Gross. Oh, I'm gonna stop doing that for a second.
Oh, there's the recycling machine.
Oh, good. I got a lot of shit.
YouTube, however, is not blocked, so I download some of my actual play shows and listen to those as podcasts. Not a bad idea. Keep thinking you can pick up that little anchor.
It is pretty cute. I thought I could too, but no. Go get my little robot. Robot, you really do suck.
Your robot.
You don't think you're really worth putting down right now.
It might be worth just sitting down next to water so it'll scoop up a bunch of water balls for you.
Yeah, for real.
So that way when you're running low, you can pick them up, refill your tank pretty much all the way.
Nope. He doesn't even. Jesus.
It gets better when you upgrade it. He's not
Don't
over the water.
He's still not even getting it. There we go.
There you go.
Hello.
Chimkin.
Aren't you adorable?
He's got a little hat on.
I know. There we go. Ba-dum, ba-dum.
What was that?
Maybe something special?
I don't know. Sergio says I also have a lot of audiobooks to listen to during my workday.
Oh, I got an achievement for that.
Oh,
Called Familiar Face. How'd you get here?
they had new achievements? Did
I
they take
think-
away my 100%?
I think there's 29 now, so I don't know how many you got originally.
I last played this game in May of last year.
Damn. Oh my god. Quentin looked up. He said, funny enough, Nintendo just made an official announcement about Power World. Look it up so you guys can say it, please.
I want to see what they said. In a lot of words, they said maybe. That doesn't sound definite. And if anybody's gonna be definite, it's Nintendo.
Yeah.
So I don't think it's gonna happen.
Some big ass whales.
I think they added those two other whales. I don't think those two other ones were there. Just the big one by the
Three?
gate. Also, you
Four?
can pick up that. You can pick up that fence thingy. It's like fishnet.
fence?
You can pick it up.
In
That-
the water?
That thing right. in
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh!
Yeah, it's like a net. I don't think you were supposed to be there.
No, I did not like that.
Nintendo right now to Pal World. Don't try us. Quentin, can you send me that article? I would be interested in reading that. Later, obviously. But
I mean, you can just put it in out of context.
yeah,
Or
put it
in context.
In context, yeah. What I'm hoping ultimately happens is it just lights a fire under Game Freak. That's what I'm hoping happens.
Just keeps the competition going. The competitiveness of
Exactly.
making your game better.
Because the reason why people are getting like super into it is because they're like, this is what we want. And I'm hoping Nintendo goes, oh, this? Even though it's not even a Pokemon game. So I don't know. Ah, yes.
Huh.
This
No.
is in This is in Japanese.
Is it in Japanese? Quint says Chinese. Is that
This
some
looks like-
reference to something else?
I think this is Japanese kanji. Especially since it's on corporate
Oh.
corporate.pokemon.co.jp. We have received many inquiries regarding other companies' games released in January 24. We have not granted any permission for the use of Pokemon intellectual properties or assets in that game. We intend to investigate and take appropriate measures to address any acts that infringe on intellectual property rights related to Pokemon. We will continue to cherish and nurture each and every Pokemon in the world and work to bring the world together through Pokemon in the future, the Pokemon Company. Yeah. That's basically Nintendo saying fuck around and find out.
Done. Will do.
Quentin says, but it's not so much the game itself, it's more the character design. Someone did make a Pokemon mod for Power World, and that got taken down swiftly. Yeah, I did see pictures of that, and I am not surprised that that got taken down. Because they just straight up replaced models with actual Pokemon. The annoying thing about the robot you set down, though, is
I gotta go get him.
yeah, you have to like go and pick him up. You can get an upgrade later that will let you just summon him back to you. And anything that he has in him will come to you also.
If I forget to pick him up at the end of the level, does he just gone?
You're fine.
Oh, okay.
You don't gotta worry about that. This game is this is not a punish game. This is a for fun, relax, comfort game.
That's a pipe.
It's where the oil comes from.
Yeah.
Man, Quentin, I cannot wait for February 10th because I have my TV set up in my house with my Chromecast, and I'm connecting to the Wi-Fi in the other house. And, oh my God, it drops a lot. It's so frustrating. It's like to the point
Never
where
knew
I
you'd
just don't
have
even-
worse internet before you have to get good internet. It's
Who
just
would
like, we
who
just
would
really want you
who
to
would
be
have guessed?
excited.
Who would have guessed? I got that good bad internet.
How is it in the house, though?
In the house, it's awesome. My
So
parents
you-
keep saying that they're seeing a lot of buffering, but I have not seen that happen while watching TV over there with them. So I think when I get the actual networking setup, because they have the Chromecast 4K that has a little Ethernet plug in the power port. So I'll be able to actually connect their Chromecast directly to an Ethernet cable. It should get rid of any buffering that they say they're seeing, but I haven't seen any buffering on it.
Guess I've just forgotten how spoiled I am now, because I don't. Very rarely when Netflix is having an off day do I get some oh, we're at 98%, and then usually it crashes and then it's good and then we're all fine. But buffering is not a thing in my life anymore.
I remember
I'm just spoiled.
before the fiber came into the house. I remember you would go to YouTube, you would watch a video, and when you clicked on the video, you would get the spinning wheel for a second, and then the video would play. It was for 1 second, it would do a spinning wheel, and then the video would play. The first thing I noticed when I set it up is you click on a video, it's playing immediately. It's just 1 second that I never noticed before, but now I'm just whoa, the video's already playing. What the heck?
I don't have time. I don't have time to go pee. I don't have time to go make a sandwich.
So it's very fast, and I cannot wait for the network to be set up. I still need to buy the cabling. I asked Quentin, I was like, do I need to get anything else besides the cables? And he goes, no, I'll get you your, I don't remember the word he said because I didn't know the word. I'm gonna look it up in our chat real quick.
Are you running new Cat 6 line?
I'm running Cat 7A.
Ooh.
He said connectors.
Wall jacks.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Well, Jack,
He said that he was going to get me some good ones. So I'm going to trust him on that because I don't know. I don't know about that.
I think at one point we were having to buy some of those from Home Depot or Lowe's. Trying to explain to the person what we needed
Oh my
was
God.
an absolute nightmare. I was like, you know what? Never mind. We're good. We'll just walk around. And then we just found the section. It's like, okay, well, now we know from here on
It's
out.
like Keystone jacks, Ethernet, phone cable, but bigger.
It go dial up. No. It better.
Right.
Fucking ancient idiot. I said the word Cat 6 the other day to a person who was 23. I'm like, what's that? You're a gamer and you're a kid. How do you
So
not
you're
know
actually
this?
you're actually touching on something that is a bit of a problem
Oh dear.
because newer generation of technically inclined people are being introduced into an environment that is so UI based and like customer friendly that when those layers fall away, they don't actually know how the things work. So like people that were online before me, they know about how networks go together because you didn't go to a website. You connected everything yourself. You had to know the IP of your friend's house, and you had to know the ports, and you had to know like the platforms to use to post on bulletin boards and stuff like that. But now everything is so user friendly that when those UI models don't work right, they're just like, I don't know how to do this. Like, I only know a few SSH commands because I have to, but I couldn't troubleshoot my network without the interface. So if I had to do everything over SSH, I'd be freaking screwed.
Shelby, did I tell you? Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
That's how a lot of things are now. There are very technical people that know how to use the platforms that are available, but they don't have the fundamental understanding of what those platforms are built on. Also, yes, everything is wireless.
But it has to come from somewhere.
And that's the knowledge that is starting to fade away.
I was calling around because I was wanting to see if I could get somebody to come out a little bit quicker because I was getting impatient. But I was just calling around. I called this guy. Well, I got in touch with one of our clients who does internet stuff. Like she runs websites and stuff like that. So I reached out to her and I was like, "Do you know anybody who does networking?" She got me in contact with this.
Yeah, Quentin, right?
She put me in contact with this person, and I was like, "Yeah, I'm wanting to do Cat 7e cable," and he goes, "Well, that doesn't exist. They only have.
You have a good day.
They only have Cat 6, and you don't really need anything higher than Cat E." And I'm like, "Motherfucker."
So you're saying I just made up a thing that doesn't? I just happened to generate a name and a number that doesn't exist?
I didn't want to argue with him because I knew at that very moment that I didn't want him to do it.
Yep.
But I was just like, bro, they have Cat 8.
Yes.
They have Cat 8, and I don't want Cat 5e. I want Cat 7e to future-proof it. Cat 5e is, yes, it will work now, but what happens in 5 years when I get a faster internet or whatever? Not 5 years, it'll be probably 20 years. But like, what happens in the future when better stuff happens? Cat 5e is not going to cut it.
Yeah.
No, you have to call him back out.
If you're already doing the work, do the work that will last the longest.
And he just really annoyed me when he was like, well, they don't have Cat 7. The highest they have is Cat 6. And I'm like, yeah, dude, they have Cat 8. What do you mean?
Let's try this again. I have a box right here that says Cat 7a on it. Can you install that? I'm betting your answer is no.
What's the difference? Am I looking for Cat 7a or Cat 7e?
I actually don't know what the 6 is 6a, but I don't know because I remember when it was 5, it was 5e.
I'm looking it up.
I can't remember what letter is the sub variant.
Ethernet cable types. Here's that.
I would guess it's probably 7a because
it is 7a.
Okay.
It is 7a.
That's a complete guess on the back of like Cat 6a, and them just sticking with a letter.
So I got a spool here of 1,000 feet.
Of something that doesn't exist.
Of a thing that doesn't exist.
Right.
Hi, can I pet you?
Yeah, they're like little wolf puppies.
I can pet you.
What was that word that you said
Oh,
you wanted to not get?
well, the thing that I said was plenum, but I misunderstood what that was for.
Yeah, because I remember we looked it up, and for what I'm doing, the other one will work.
And it was for something I didn't even know you could do, which was running Ethernet through your air conditioner ducts.
No, the hell no.
But that's what it's made to do. That's the whole
I
point of
don't
it.
care.
It's
Do
running
you
it
think
down
I
your
want
AC
my
plenums.
AC guy getting close to that? Absolutely not.
Oh, but it's such a big pipe.
Well, what's the other
fit
one called?
so
Is
many
it
cables down there.
FTP? Is FTP the name of the other one? Or is it CMR? I'm just going to say all of the words on this.
It was plenum and
Elite
drop tile.
Elite Cat 7A shielded riser CMR
Riser,
Ethernet
that's what it's
cable.
called.
1,000 feet real shielded foil.
Yeah, because
Twisted
one is
pair.
meant to sit on top of a drop tile ceiling, and then the other one is meant to go through your AC system.
Well, mine's going to be stapled to the outside of the house.
Stapled. I realize that you're going to probably be using the proper clips for it, but I'm just thinking of you out there with a swing line, just going at it.
I have a red swing line stapler.
Bet you do. I've got a doubt in my mind.
I got
I want
to
a
fully
picture
open
of
it up.
that.
Ba-dunk, ba-dunk.
Cracking it against the side of a brick house.
Quince's joke's on you. We'll get direct connect.
Fiber to computer.
Fiber. When I said the word direct connect, my brain automatically went to the connect because we were talking about old platforms tonight, and my brain just kind of stopped.
What does that mean? Direct connect fiber
like-
to computer.
Well, you
Fiber to
see, the
fiber, so,
PlayStation.
So in my server room, one of my switches has a oh crap, I just forgot the name of that thing.
Yeah, crud.
Shoot, what is the fiber thing called? SFP, thank you. It has an SFP port which is 10 gigs. So I could connect this broadcast machine directly to that switch with a fiber line if I put an SFP card in there, which would get me 10 gigabits per second of data connection to the rest of the house, which sometimes comes in handy when both Shelby and I are sending full resolution feeds to that machine. So I have considered putting an SFP in that machine.
Quentin, I just sent you a message on Discord with a link to the cable, just to make sure this is what I need or what I want.
Right.
And then I'm gonna forward it to this guy. Be like, hey, bro, what's this?
I'm gonna keep you updated.
What's all this then?
I can imagine Logan being that petty, arguing with someone he's not even going to do business with just to prove his point.
If it
Okay,
were
it's a good thing you're not a girl because you would be in constant fights with dudes. Because all the time people are like, "Oh no, that's not how that works, darling." I'm like, "Okay," and I just don't even argue. I just literally just walk away.
Part of me
now.
thinks Logan would love that life, just always having a steady stream of white dudes to argue with.
It gets pretty annoying after a while.
So they don't have spools of Cat 8 on Amazon. But I can
Actually, that's where we
buy.
bought ours. Didn't we buy our box? Big old
He's-
box.
Yes, but he's talking about Cat 8.
Oh,
He's like, we'll sell you a patch cable. It's 4 inches long and it costs $3,000.
They have a 100-foot high-speed, heavy-duty Cat 8 LAN network cable for $40.
I love that they even bother calling it high speed, as if it could be anything but high speed at that.
Dude,
at
I'm
that
looking at
rating.
the ends of these Cat 8 cables. They look like they have lasers shooting out of them.
They well could be. Like, at those rates, it's ridiculous.
Like, when I was looking up what they do with this stuff, like, Cat 8 is what they use in, like, skyscrapers.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Once you're past like 10 gigabits per second, what's the point? Like, I know
Well, I'm going this high for future proofing, but
I know Thunderbolt is like 40 gigabits per second, which is ridiculous. But
according to this graph here, cables that are 328 feet, or hold on, wait, what does this mean? Okay, it's 10 gigabits per second if the for Cat 7A for cables that are longer than 100 meters. But cables that are shorter than 50 meters can do 40 gigabits per second.
right, because you get signal fade and degradation.
Yeah. But I don't think any of the cables that Quentin is going to be running are going to be longer than 328 feet. Or 100 meters.
Yeah.
With a bandwidth of up to 2 gigahertz, which I don't know what that means, over 30 meters and data rates for up to 40 gigabytes, gigabits per second, sorry. Cat 8 is ideal for switch-to-switch communications and 25...
Someone into the switch?
Yeah, you can connect your switches together. LAN switches.
Yeah.
Switch-to-switch communication and 25 gig base T, I don't know what that means, or 40 gigabyte base T network.
Right. So basically, let's say you have a switch with 48 ports on it.
Right.
You have potentially 48 computers all connected to a single switch.
Right.
If you wanted to connect that one switch to internet access, you could route that switch to a router or, some sort of not access point, but gateway that, as long as it supports those speeds, then that switch will split all of that bandwidth among those computers. But if you were only using 1 gigabit per second as your uplink, then you've got 48 computers like chewing at 1 gigabit per second, and any one of them could be consuming the majority of that.
So if you slap a Cat 8 cable on between the internet source and the switch, that will open it up enough for everybody to get a little bit of that action.
Right. Whereas, this all assumes that you have the uplink speeds to support it. But a better analogy is for local traffic. So, like, if I'm sending a file to Shelby's computer inside this building, that has nothing to do with my internet service. That's all local traffic. What you're going to run into is called line speed, which is you're shoving bits across that cable as fast as they can go, which means the file transfer can only go as fast as my computer supports, as fast as my network card supports, as fast as the cable supports, as fast as her network card supports, and as fast as her computer supports. Any weak link in that chain is going to slow down the process.
So if you direct connect it with a Cat 8, that local network is just wide open.
Right. And of course, like, this computer, I think, has a 1 gigabit card in it, but Vega has a 2.5 gigabit card in it. So assuming that Shelby also had a 2.5 gigabit card in hers, and we're using a cable that is rated for at least 2.5 gigabits per second, then that file transfer is going to saturate the line at 2.5 gigabits per second. So it's basically getting your network hardware out of the way so that your endpoints are never waiting on the connection. You always want your backbone to be faster than your endpoints.
So Cat 8 is more for like local networking, not...
It could be, like they said, it could be for distance. Some people need high speed over short distance. Some people need low speed over really, really long distances. Not low speed, it's still ridiculously fast, but...
I need to call this guy, because not only do they have Cat 8, they have 2 different kinds of Cat 8. Cat 8.1 and Cat 8.2.
I call that man to tell him
I'm not going to. But man, he just like disregarded everything I said and just was going to do
confidently incorrect. Yeah.
Yeah, he was like, well, they don't have Cat 7. The highest they have is Cat 6. So and you just need Cat 5e. And I'm just like, that's not what I want. And yes, they do have higher than Cat 6.
You're wrong on so many points. I don't even know where to start.
But I didn't know this guy, and I knew I was like, all right, I'm just gonna have Quentin do it. Cause like, I don't know, man. That just really annoyed me.
Those are the kind of people you just stare at and go, "Wow, it's really impressive." And they go, "What?" I couldn't have found a way to be more incorrect so many times in a row.
But not only was he wrong, he was just like, yeah, and you only need this, so I'm gonna do this. And I'm
That's
like,
what I mean. Like even
I don't want
to-
that though.
to your needs, but you couldn't possibly have known what you need.
I told him I had fiber internet. I started off by telling him like I got fiber internet. I'm
That
trying
is-
to network 2 houses together.
That's the
I want Cat
conversation.
7A.
Yeah, that's the conversation starter or stopper, because they can either go, I see the conversation we are having now, and they either go, "We got you, buddy," or "We don't got you, buddy."
Well, he definitely did not have me,
Yeah, he definitely don't got you,
because
buddy.
I did not call him back.
I've actually been
17 more
wanting-
days.
I've been wanting to kind of revise our network layout here to remove some of the jumps or the hops in the connection, because right now everything goes to.
So what I'm hearing is now Clayton's about to offer Quentin a freaking flight so that he can help run the line in this house.
I can do this stuff. This is all basic stuff.
My ass got to get up in the attic again.
But yeah, right now everything goes to kind of a small switch, and then that small switch is connected into my bigger switch. But what I want to do is get our separate rooms and our access points direct connections to that bigger switch.
Quentin says, I won't deny a trip to Houston.
Oh, I know, yeah.
So
Everybody wants to come to Houston to visit, not to stay.
Everybody
sent
wants to
this-
come to Houston, don't want to stay in Houston.
Exactly.
I want to stay in Houston. I want to real bad.
He wants this internet.
So I'm gonna send. I don't want to post a layout of my house on Discord, but
Please don't.
I've already shown this. I've already shown. This is not what I want to send to Clayton.
Okay.
I've sent this to Quentin, so he's already seen it. But I was wondering about how like this would work. Why can't I copy this?
Have our messages open.
I'm trying desperately to copy this.
Control C.
Copy image. There we go. Gosh, I had to open it big. And copy it there.
Open it real big.
All right. So I just sent Clayton
at that.
the image I sent you, Quentin, and
Well, Microsoft Visio thing.
the red square on the top of the bottom one.
Yep.
That's where the network comes. That's where the internet comes into the house.
Yeah.
And I was thinking of running a cable across the courtyard into that one that says hub. Just one cable to that one that says hub.
Yeah.
And then at that hub, put like a switch or something. I'm assuming Quentin knows how to do all this, but I don't know the logistics of how it works.
Yeah.
Doing like a switch or something there that feeds those other 3 ports.
Yep. That would be a switch.
And
But I think that would be a switch.
but like I would need a hub there. I would need a hub at the one right next to the input thing.
Yeah.
And then that little green one is like right where we have our office stuff at now.
Yep.
So that would be, and they're all on their own VLANs. I've already set up the VLANs for all 3 ports.
Right.
And those signs are new, Shelby, by the way. Those were not on the original
Actually,
one.
ROG ally.
Nice.
But I'm not exactly sure how the logistics of that work, or if I need to buy switches in advance to prepare for this.
I mean, I would be careful because it's not like you guys can run to the micro center.
Yeah, that's the thing. I would take a slower approach, because that's kind of what I did here. I just started with a base idea, and like I'm basically doing what you're doing right now. Started with Wi-Fi. We got our AT&T gateway, and I was like, all right, that's what we have. That's where the internet comes from. And then I was like, okay, now that we're set on that, I'm going to actually buy my own networking gear and start to wire this house one idea at a time, because I can't do full picture approach. I have to just like, okay, here's my thought for just this one phase. I'm going to get this working, and then I'm going to branch out to the next expansion. Because if I try to do one-time shopping, I will overbuy and over-engineer, and I'll get like completely distracted and what's the word? Intimidated.
Right. I mean, I already have a few switches. I have several from our office. They're all gigabit switches. And then I have a switch that I was using on my personal network that has like 10 ports in it.
Yep.
So I figured I could just use that 10 port switch at that hub area.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And then run network out of that to the other ports.
Is that 10 port switch? Is that a 1 gigabit uplink, or is that a 10 gig uplink?
Let me go grab it. I have it right here. Give me 1 second.
Sure.
Okay, I have the switch. It's an 8-port switch. Sorry about lying.
So are there... Okay, let me try and figure out what we're working with here. All the way on the right edge, are there 4 ports that look different than all the other ones? Like, are they hollow slots that you could jam something in? Or do they look like the Ethernet ports?
They all look like Ethernet ports.
Okay, gotcha, okay. I didn't know if you had dedicated, like, SFP slots or anything like that.
I don't think I have one of those.
Okay. If it's just an 8-port, they might all be 1 gig, and your uplink is going to be 1 gig as well. Which is completely fine.
It is an 8-port gigabit Ethernet unmanaged switch.
Okay. Yeah.
For indoor use only.
Yep. That's a dumb switch. That's all you need.
So yeah, I'll put that at that hub, and then I'll split that out. I guess I'll run... Stop licking my leg, please. Yes, we'll go out in a minute. Because that hub area is where my entertainment, like TV, video game, couch is all going to be.
Yep.
And the other one to the left of that,
Yeah.
that is going to be where my computer is.
Yep. So you'll basically just run lines. Well, yeah, there's a few ways you can do it. You can, if your attic is cool enough, you can.
I don't have an attic in that house.
Okay.
That's why it's got to run along the side of the house.
Oh, gotcha. But like if you had drop ceilings or like drop tile ceilings, you could hide the switch itself, and you don't even see the hardware, and then you just drop the lines where you need them. But since
I wonder if I could set something like that up.
Since I have a room that is dedicated to my network hardware, it's just in a cage.
Yeah.
And everything lives in there. But yeah, as you've seen, there are a million ways to do everything. And there are pros and cons to every single approach. It'll be all outside, runs along the soffit. Got it.
What's a soffit?
It is the
I think
upper.
we've had this discussion before.
The
I
upper.
don't know why.
I looked it up.
Of the house.
It's that's where it goes. So I should probably get another switch like this.
Maybe.
Could I?
So that's the thing. That's where the phased approach will come in handy, because you could try it, and you could end up with, like I am. I have a lot of switches that I don't need because I bought them thinking I would need them. Or you can go, all right, here's my idea. I'm gonna have this switch at the closest point to the gateway, which is like across the courtyard. And then wherever that is, you just run the cables up and around and down, and then plug them into the thing that they go to, but that's only going to get you one connection per location, I guess is what you'd say.
Right.
So like at your computer desk, you will have one Ethernet cable, and that Ethernet cable will go to your computer, and that's the only thing that it will go to.
I can't put a switch on that?
That's the thing. If you want more connections, that's where a secondary switch would come in. It doesn't need to be an 8-port switch. You can do a small little 4-port switch. It's entirely up to you. But then you get into subdividing your bandwidth, because if you have one cable that is feeding that area, that's one cable of 1,000 or 1 gigabit feeding multiple devices now. So like, let's say you had one cable running to an area with an 8-port switch on it, and you plug 8 things into it, then you're getting back into what I was talking about earlier, where you are now dividing 1,000 gigabits or 1,000 bits amongst 8 devices instead of maybe 1 or 2.
So
And when
is
that
that
happens,
like-
you can go like, all right, I actually want to run 2 lines to this area because I got a lot of data intensive stuff.
So if that's the case, basically that first, well, my first question is, that is going to be like the hub area, and then I'm going to split out to all those other areas. Could I, in my actual like hub splitter,
Okay.
can I hook like my stuff that would be in my entertainment center up to that port right there? Because I really only need a 4-port switch to be a hub, because I'm only going to have 4 ports around the house.
Yeah, that's true.
And
Yeah.
honestly, that top one and that right one aren't going to be used. They're just there for the infrastructure.
Oh, okay.
Could I use this 8-port switch on that one hub, and then everything that's not feeding the other ports, could I just plug my entertainment center directly into that switch?
Yeah.
And secondly, if I'm going to be plugging in my Chromecast, my TV, my sound bar, my computer, my Switch, any other like online connecting consoles, should I not have those all connected at the same?
Is internet connected?
It is, but it's mostly to connect to the other speaker. It's complicated, but yes, the sound bar plugs into it.
Okay.
It's mostly for inner network connecting, not
Gotcha,
internet.
Okay.
But like, I have all these devices that are going to be hooked up to where the hub is, and then I have a bunch of other devices that are going to be hooked up where that left switch is. Should I not be plugging all this stuff in? Like, if I plug in my Switch and my computer on a 1 gig,
Right.
and I'm not using my Switch, but I'm using my computer, is my computer only going to get 500 megabits?
No. It'll still. Any device is going to use whatever's available. So if you're, that's the thing about an unmanaged switch. That's why they're called dumb switches. They are just fire hoses, and whoever, it's first come first serve.
Which is honestly all I really need it to be, right?
Right. So if it were like a managed switch, you could put bandwidth caps on it to be like, oh, port 7 is the sound bar. This thing only gets access to like 30 megabits per second. There's never a time where this thing needs gigabit service.
The only switch I have that is going to be handling any of that kind of stuff is going to be my load balancer, which I've set all my VLANs up on.
Right. So
which is probably overkill for that, because the load balancer can do so much stuff.
In most scenarios, none of this is going to matter. It's only going to come into play when you are downloading an enormous game, and then you go, oh, I want to download a game on my Switch, or I want to watch a 4K movie on my Chromecast Ultra, and you've got 7 devices that are pulling as much data as possible, and they're all plugged into the same switch, so they're all fighting over the same 1,000 bits.
I don't think I'm ever going to be in a situation like that.
Right. it's unrealistic that you would almost have to try to get to that state.
Okay, so I'm going to then just put my 8-port switch at the hub and then connect my entertainment center and the other 3 ports to it.
Mm.
Which honestly, I don't even need to connect the other 2 right then. I can just leave them unplugged if I need to plug other stuff into it because I'm not going to use them.
Brian's here.
Hey, Brian. And then I'm going to put... I probably only need a 4-port switch at my computer. Because I'll plug in my computer and then whatever console I'm using to stream at the time.
Yep.
Can't think of anything else I would plug into it at my computer.
Yeah, I mean, to you're fine, buddy. To put it in context, like, my downstairs access point is also a 4-port switch, and we have a bunch of things on Wi-Fi. We have a broadcast machine. We have everything else when we're doing live streams when you're in town. And it's perfectly fine.
Okay, well, then the overloading the network like I was worried about happening is not probably... I would have to try to do that. I'm not going to accidentally do that.
Right. Except when you go, all right, I want to do speed tests on 7 different computers all at once. I want to watch this network cry.
Let's what's it called when you do that to computers?
Oh, like stress tests?
Yeah, let's... Hey, look, it's over his little ear.
So cute.
Yeah, let's stress test my friggin' network. Let's kill my load balancer.
Brian says, my downstairs access point also has a 4-point switch. Hey-oh!
That tickled me a little bit harder than I anticipated. All right, cool. This is gonna work. This is gonna be great. And like in the other house, there's the top one, and then there's the one that's like in the middle of the house, which is gonna be the only one that's gonna be run under the house because it needs to come up on that wall right there.
Gotcha. Yep.
But the other 2 are gonna be around the outside of the house, and those, maybe the one on the left will be used, but the one on the right, that's not the green one, will definitely not be used.
Yeah. We got a few ports that aren't in use here, but so glad I did them.
Yeah, I wanted that. I want them there for the infrastructure, you know.
Right.
Because it's good to have, even if I'm not going to use it. Also, Quentin, when we get this set up, my house is priority. That's the first one that happens.
Damn.
Because they have Wi-Fi at least. They're fine. My house...
Exactly, yeah.
It's like when SpongeBob didn't have any water and he needed it.
Yes,
That's what I'm like over there. I go, I need it! And my dad's standing outside of the window going, Pinky! Pinky!
This was a huge map.
Yeah, this is one of the bigger ones. But it's cool because it's got whales in it.
And cute penguins and cute wolves and of course a cat with a hat.
Quentin says, okay, I'm changing how they're going to run, Logan. Everything will funnel through the crawl space, but I have them pop up along the outside so we don't have to worry about fishing up up walls. Okay. The only one that's going to probably need to fish up a wall is going to be the one in the middle of the house on the big house. Because there's no exterior wall there. That is an interior wall. Even then, you probably just go through the floor and do it that way.
Like, all right, we got to make an opening for this port. Hand me that shotgun.
Oh, I need another wire. I'll spin one further back. I didn't pick up because I didn't have space.
This dog is breathing so loud right now. I can hear him through my headphones.
Probably pull along an existing cable or be easy since a cutout is already. Yeah.
Yeah, there are cables that exist around where we want that to be.
That's what I did for a couple of ours. Was just like super tape a couple the ends of the new one to the old one, and to just pull out the old one and in the new one. And
Also,
pray to God the tape doesn't let go.
I found another entrance to the crawl space that's not as narrow.
That's awful.
Do y'all hear this? Do y'all hear this noise? Let me put the mic closer to it.
No, I've got loud music playing.
He sneezed on my microphone. Nasty.
Great. Lovely.
He took a look at it and went, I'm like, thanks. That's got to be near my mouth.
Uh-huh.
All right, now that I understand how the logistics of this is going to work a little bit better, I feel a lot better about it.
Yeah. I mean, the good news is you're not doing anything that that other people haven't already done. Like, you are.
The whales are out now.
You freed them.
I freed
They were trapped.
them.
They're trapped in this little
There was
bay.
a baby whale.
Little bay. You got to repair the geyser copter. Didn't you already do that?
No, I have the parts for it now, and I think it's somewhere over here, maybe?
When says I was ready to just lose all my water weight to get in there. I remember looking at that little hole, and I'm like, man, I don't even know if I would fit in that hole. And I'm a little guy.
Mm-hmm.
Ah, there it is.
It is your birthday.
And you wouldn't hit a little guy on his birthday, would you?
Yeah! So pretty. Ah, shit.
Now you got to run all the way back into the lighthouse to get on the helicopter.
Oh, that's where it goes, the paraglider. Got it.
Yeah, you usually leave all the levels through some sort of vehicle. Isn't this just like a nice, chill, like comfort game?
Oh, I'll be playing more of this 100% this weekend.
You can absolutely see how I would accidentally play this till 4 a.m. a couple times, huh?
Oh, hell yeah. If this was on Switch, I would be in bed tonight playing this.
It might be on Switch.
She's going to ask
Hard
me
to
to
buy on
install it on
Steam.
my Ally.
No, I won't take your Switch from you.
She doesn't like your Joy-Cons.
No.
It is a bigger bigger
It is a
handheld.
honking machine. You drop that
And
on your
that-
face, you're going to
That's
have
a
a
new
bruise.
picture.
It hurts it would hurt my wrists. It'd be too much for my hands to hold. Let's see, how do I Okay, cancel that and then
You gotta
can I
go
back?
into the level to quit.
Oh.
Yeah. Kind of dumb.
All right, just one more then.
Yeah, that's
Well, I mean, we're
exactly what
here.
happens.
We're
Save,
here.
Save.
May as well.
Continue. All right. Oh, this was a lot of fun. So I'm definitely gonna be playing this, and maybe I can even manage to get all the achievements. Fingers crossed.
I did it.
So that's going to do it for us tonight. So thank you very much to everyone for hanging out. If you like what you see, the follow is free, or you can go that one step further and hit the subscribe button. If you want to know more about what we're going to be playing during the week, make sure you follow us on Twitter, Threads, and join our Discord, where we post a schedule on Monday evenings, what we play through the week. You can go to our website, carpetboredom.com, to get links to all that information, and check out our two podcasts, the Carpetboarded Podcast and Help Me Understand, which is Clayton and Brandon talking about JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. Tomorrow, it's the crew back with Brandon playing Sons of the Forest at 9:30
We're definitely going to
p.m.
beat it this
Eastern.
time.
Oh, hell to the no.
We're going to 3D print our way to the end.
Make sure you come back for that. But until then, have a good night.
Good night.